now. And I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Okay, and I'll go ahead and paste it here into Discord. Bam. This up a little bit. Okay, so I need to share my screen with you. Give me just a second so you can see the game. Let me know if you are able to see it.
I am able.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first stream of Super Mario RPG. I'm here with Matt. Is it Siemens? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, it's Siemens.
Siemens, okay. Matt
Yeah.
Siemens. He selected Super Mario RPG. This is going to be really great because this is a game I've never actually completed. I played it a little bit. Case and Elena love it. They love it to death. But I've never gotten all the way through it, and it's one that I've always meant to get through. So, Matt, why don't you explain why you wanted to choose this game?
There's a few reasons. Namely, I was having a hard time coming up with a game that I really loved growing up that you hadn't played.
Yeah.
I have almost the same top games, so Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 7 and 9 and whatnot. So it's kind of hard for me. You said you hadn't played this one, and I mean this is actually my first RPG, and I didn't even know it when I played it. When I played it, my parents rented me the game, and I had no idea what I was even doing, but I just loved it because it was Mario.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the look of this game. Like, the art style for it is super cool, and I love the music done by Yoko Shimomura. I like how the battle system incorporates timed mechanics, so that it's not just about selecting your commands, but you actually have a little bit of an action element to it. A lot of it I love. So I'm excited for this. I just have never beaten it. Totally stoked to go through it. It's pretty short too. It's not that long of a game.
Yeah, that's another thing. It fits perfect with my kind of crazy schedule, and I think you got a pretty crazy schedule right now too. So it's a shorter game, and I know you're a fan of no random encounters. There's none of that, and you're a fan of sort of the RPG light type length in games like this, and so am I, and that's what this is too. You can beat the game in I think 15 hours or something. So,
oh, nice.
But you could take a little bit longer too if you want to get all the stuff. I'm terrible at remembering stuff. I already mentioned that. I beat this game. I can just barely beat a game, and completely forget how to go through it all over again. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you're gonna really get stuck because it's a pretty streamlined game, but I'll be looking at guides if you do, because I won't remember, even though I just played it 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. And we'll take our time with it. Since it is short, I think we'll have room to do that. So.
Yeah,
right.
totally.
Let me know, Discord. I just turned the game volume back up. I don't know how it got turned down like that, but it should be at a better level now, so you should be able to hear the game. Matt, can you hear the game is the question. At all?
No.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it'll not work at first, and then, randomly it will work. Let me make sure that they haven't,
But I'm hearing it in my brain because the soundtrack is that is another thing. Honestly, the soundtrack blew me away as a kid. I first heard some of the songs in this game, and I was just oh man, so good. So good.
Yeah, it's great music. Okay, let's do this, huh?
Okay, I see Netro and Bryce, and okay, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Soto Juan, is that right?
Soto Juan, that's how
Soto
I
Juan?
pronounce it too, yeah.
Okay, and Walrus.
You can name Mario in this game? It's crazy.
It's just naming your file. They don't refer to you as the name you choose.
I didn't remember that, so yeah.
It's literally just so I'm just guessing so you could, because there's 3 save files. You could just have your siblings have their own account or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
By the way, I was finally able to get my office back in such a shape that I can do a face cam again with a green screen. So I'm doing that again for the first time in freaking months.
Nice. Yeah, how's that going? Did you end up having to install your own drywall and whatnot?
Right now it's just got sheetrock up. They're finishing the studio room on the outside first, and then when that room's done, they'll come in here and finish the drywall and the paint and everything on the walls. The carpet's in, the ceiling grid and the tiles in the ceiling. They're just gonna finish these walls up, and then I'll get my fiberglass panels on the wall. I have some of my sound dampening foam on the walls right now, but I really want to get some fiberglass panels as well. It'll do a better job, but it's acceptable at this level. I've got big blankets up around the room, you know, helping to dampen sound and stuff like that. So, okay, B is to jump. You hold down, I guess that'd be Y to run.
Yeah. Now, part of the difficulty, sort of, they make a point of using the ISO view to sort of
hide stuff.
Hide stuff and add sort of like that element of difficult. I really think it's clever. Like, I really think it's kind of cool the way they do it, because they obviously use the ISO view for more than one reason, also to have like the cool graphics, but they okay, yeah, I was actually gonna ask you. You said you have so you know how it all works with the timed attacks and stuff.
Yep.
So
I had just forgotten the timing on it. It'll take me a minute to get used to it.
But yeah, there's some rage, and I'll be interested to see how you react to some of the platforming, because I know you don't like platforming in RPGs. And this game definitely
generally not, but from what I remember, it's not bad in this game.
Oh, it's really good, I think. But it's you know, it's a Mario game.
You figure because it's Mario, they're gonna make sure that the platforming is tight. I mean, I'm sure it won't be like a typical Mario game, but good enough.
Yeah, like, the more I think about it, the more this was perfect for especially a kid to get into RPGs, because it just you run and jump and stuff like Mario. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, we got Bryce and Walrus and Soto Juan. He says his name is actually the other way around. It's Juan Soto in the real. So.
Okay.
Netro, welcome everybody. Glad you could be here. Is it A also to defend at the right time? You press the same button to defend the attacks? And
some attacks have kind of a tricky timing, like when the hitbox is for the defend. That's gonna be it's kind of hard.
Something you have to kind of feel out as you go.
Yeah, feel it out. It's kind of hard to just tell somebody, okay, do it now. You know, you just gotta get hit a few times, and you'll figure it out. And then there's a few moves in the game that I've never really mastered defending against, because they're like long drawn out, and like when you defend is at a
very specific.
Yeah, very specific timing, which I actually think is really cool. Like,
yeah, it's a good thing, especially considering this is an easier game overall. So
yeah, that's the other thing, you know.
But I'm totally fine with that. It was like you were saying, it was a lot of people's very, very first RPG ever. No one knew what they were doing.
Didn't know what I was doing. I posted this actually on Kaysen's review last year, but I pronounced it like this is hilarious actually. I pronounced it Mario RPG, because I didn't have any idea what an RPG was.
Oh, what an RPG is? That's freaking funny.
So I posted that. I said this game has a special place in my heart, because for a number of reasons. I didn't even know what an RPG was, and I played actually pretty far into the game on the rental, back in the days of rentals.
Nice.
And I can't believe I played as far as I got, not even having any idea of what to do. But the game's it's pretty good at teaching you how to do everything. I mean, this is great. It's so weird how they do Bowser in this game, and I totally love it.
Yeah. All the Mario RPG games handle Bowser in a really cool way, I think. I like it a lot. Fight, Mario, fight! Yeah, the animation in this is spectacular.
It's so good.
It's so expressive.
Yeah, that's like that right there with his face there. That's so funny. I just love it. Let's see if any. I'm gonna take a look at the. Oh, hey, it's Hats in the comp.
Hey, Hat 89, how's it going, man?
Yeah, totally, man. The presentation of the game, just top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. This was Square in their prime, man.
Yep, totally in their prime. Rest in peace, Square. No, hopefully not.
Rest in peace, Square Soft, for sure.
Soft, yeah. I finally actually, because I was away actually, I was in on vacation, so I had a bunch of podcasts and stuff, but I was just listening to the one you were doing with Ian, not the podcast, but the discussion. Like today, I didn't get to finish it because I just got home from work, but
it's a long video, man.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours, but no, it seems like a pretty good discussion. I'm learning more things about Squaresoft and Square Enix.
Yep, I was kind of crazy. There was somebody on Discord who gave me the link to that NeoGAF thread where the guy had done all that research, and it was just like really eye-opening. It was like, wow, I had no idea that there was this much drama surrounding this. It's freaking crazy. I love that.
This threw me for a loop too at the start there, where like, because you know I'm going in totally blind. Bowser's always the bad guy, and then like he ends up sort of getting owned right off the bat, and you're like, okay, and then a giant sword lands in the castle. The bad guy, like that was.
Like, what is going on here?
Now we've gotten more used to seeing, you know, Bowser not always being the main villain, but at the time I don't know. I don't even know. Were there any other besides like Birdo or whatever? Were there any other Bowser?
Yeah, I think Mario 2 was the only game that didn't have Bowser as the final boss of the game.
So it's they did a lot of like risky things with this game, or I don't know if it's risky, but if that's the right word.
I love how you jump up here and it just bounces on its own.
You go hit the light, you can go back to sleep too, or the little like toadstool.
Oh, this up here. That's great.
Oh yeah, and he'll just lay there forever until you jump. It's all they make crazy mileage out of him jumping being a thing because he's silent in the game.
Yeah.
The old
man, it's great.
And like what you're doing right there is a good thing to do in a lot of the areas because there's secret chests and stuff, and it's a very 90s Square game, so you need a guide to find everything.
Where's Princess Peach? It's with the silent treatment. You're not telling me something.
You probably won't die in the upcoming area, but if you just go straight, there you go. There's the first save spot. Just so you know.
Bam. Game saved.
Of course, Hat says, of course, who wouldn't have a giant whole pipe on the top of your house?
Oh yeah, of course. It's a chimney, man.
It's a perfect way for him to make his entrance.
Yeah, it's awesome. Pipe house. Alright. I love this music too.
Oh yeah.
The map screen music. It's freaking
cool. Like I can't hear it, but in my brain I'm hearing it. I don't even think there's a single I don't think there's a lame track in the whole OST.
No,
it's just great.
Totally not. The Smithy Gang.
This is probably pretty late, actually, now that I think about it, for most people that are... Because I almost always miss the stream. I haven't been to too many Patreon streams because the timing for me is...
Yeah. It's kind of different for everybody. You know, everybody's schedules are so different all around the world and stuff, so... Well, at least all around the country so far. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, I guess. But I think it's kind of cool, you know, like meeting so many different people from so many different places and kind of working around, you know, what they do, learning what they do for a living and stuff. It's cool.
It is cool.
This way.
Yeah, so he's just now you can. Oh, okay. So what you want to do is you got to actually go back to the
house again. Talk to Toad.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Oh, whoops! I skipped that on accident. I love how when he explains, what's going on, it's just such a nice touch with him, like doing all of his expressive animations to like explain stuff
and like morphing into other characters and stuff.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
So funny.
There we go. See, okay, that's a bit of a debate. Some people don't like it when they do that in the games, where they kind of like, I reduced your HP, but I think it, you know, maybe in a game like this, maybe it fits a bit.
I think
better.
it totally works. Totally works for this game. The tone of this game, it completely justifies that sort of thing.
Yeah,
how to use items? Of course I do.
Because yeah, some like a more serious game, I could see that being kind of weird. Just like, okay.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy 12, the very start of it, he's like, "That's the action icon above your head."
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like, what the fetch?
Yeah, that's a bit weird in a game like that. Nah, bro. Anyone else from Eastern Time in the stream? We are truly dedicated. Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You are dedicated.
That's right. We need to tell the Chancellor about Toadstool.
Oh yeah, so okay, it's gonna be funny because I would imagine. Actually, I've talked to most of these people in voice chat, so they would know. But apparently, I have a fairly Canadian accent.
The only word I've noticed so far is the word "about."
I get that all the time. Yeah.
Other than that, no, it's pretty much the same as mine.
Yeah. No, it's
your accent's closer to mine than say like someone on the East Coast generally would be, like someone from New York or something.
Yeah, well,
or someone from the South.
Pretty strong accents. Yeah, that's true actually. But yeah, no, it's I just think it's always interesting because I don't even think about it until like, you know, then just now, yeah, good. So it's the abouts that I say. Yeah, that's a pretty common. We get ripped on pretty good for that, but it's funny. It's all good.
I think it's fine. It's I don't know why people, you know, have an issue with accents.
Oh no, it's just in fun. Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I keep missing that. Now, yeah, I got it that time.
Oh, Metro says it's pretty minor.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty minor. Yeah, so you got the timing down. It's what another thing I really like is you do get a few different weapons, and those have different timings too. And when you get certain moves, like I guess what would be a magic attack in this game.
Yeah.
Mario just gets things that are different types of like fireball. Oh, that's a cool thing. When I was a kid, I thought that was the most freaking awesome thing ever when he uses his like power, his magic attack, but it's just using like a fire.
Oh, the fireball. Yeah, totally.
I thought that was so sweet when I was a kid. It's just like,
I need to jump on these guys, don't I?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would just do it now. You're pretty low level. After you get like the hammer and stuff, those guys will be super easy.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Once you get a weapon. Netro's wondering where from Canada you are.
Alberta is where I'm from. Just outside of Edmonton.
Nice. Have you lived there your whole life?
Most of it, yep. No, I'm not. I can't tell because I can't hear it. But are you doing the timing for
the jumps? Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be fine if you just do it because you're all out of.
I'm out of the MP.
Yeah, I was. I probably should have just said no, don't bother and save it. But I think they might.
They'll replenish it.
The game is so liberal with giving you like things to replenish. It's not it's not a big deal too often. Like I said, it's not a super hard game.
Love it though.
Me too. That was actually one of the questions of the podcast, and I thought I immediately thought of this game. I was just like, this is a game. If it was a super hard game, I don't know if it would be like the same game. Like,
it wouldn't, and it wouldn't have captured so many kids. You know what I mean? Like kids would have had a hard time with it. And I don't think it would have like the, I don't know, like lasting appeal that it does.
Yeah, and if you're going through it this way, where you're gonna just fight like pretty well every guy you see, you're gonna have no problem.
Yep.
Yeah, you're.
That's just kind of how I am. I
So
like to
am I.
clear maps out in RPGs. At least these kinds of RPGs. All right, level 2.
Now, if you're me,
Got
I
5
just
HP, 3
stack. I stack the attack bonus all non-stop. That in my recent playthrough, that's me. But I'd be interested to see how you do it. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
So yeah, that's like attack, right? And that's HP. And then what is this one for? Is that for
That's
like
star.
the special?
That's your magic.
So it like increases your MP basically.
Yeah, it increases your yeah.
Yeah, in this game, I don't think it makes sense to do anything other than this.
Especially for characters like Mario and Bowser, like a character like Geno that has really badass like magic attacks. That's different, but like Mario, I mean, you might as well just make. I did nothing but stack attack for every single level up on my recent playthrough. It's just a powerhouse by the end of the game. So
yeah. Natro says genocide mode. It's true. I still have not finished my second playthrough of Undertale, unfortunately, where I did the pacifist route. I was doing it with Christine, but like I don't know, she just goes so slowly through games, and then she picks up something else, and then kind of moves on, and so I just need to finish that on my own. I think.
I have yet to even play it, man. That was cool though. I really enjoyed watching that. That just looked awesome.
I loved it. I loved it. It was one of the better games I've played, I think.
Yeah, look at you're already one-shotting them. So.
Yep, even one level up makes a big difference.
In this game, definitely. And those you might like. Okay, there's a way you could tactically use those so that those tabs, because they do fully fill up your MP, your star. But it also increases the max of them too. So I just use them right away because it gives you a bigger pool.
For sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, Netro. I know how short it is, but it's like one of those things, where
I love this.
You're doing something with your girlfriend, and she'll be upset if you do it without her, but then like she never makes the time to do it. So it's like I don't know, like I'm stuck. I can't do it on my own because she'll be mad, but then she won't make the time to play it.
I know the feeling. I know exactly what you're talking about. Not so much with games.
A lot of other things are exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Bellard says he's here in spirit. Savage rating in Final Fantasy XIV. Nice.
I'm in here. Yeah. Well, and Vel, we need you here too, because you're the game master.
He's the expert on every game.
You're the guru. You are like okay. That's another thing I was gonna say. I am not the guy to look to for like that's another reason why I picked this game, because this one we can just chill and have a good time and whatever.
Yeah, sure.
because I am not good at coaching somebody through a game. I do not know all of the strategies in every game, and
Yeah. I used to be the same way, because I used to just be about, man, I just want to play the story. It's really all I care about. It wasn't until I started doing YouTube, actually, when I started doing my Final Fantasy reviews, and I started getting people who were, you know, because of the nature of them and the in-depth analysis, they would really start to like hammer me to make sure I knew my stuff, right? And so like I started getting concerned about that, so I started really paying attention to battle mechanics and explaining them very thoroughly, and then I started to, I think I did a couple of playthroughs on my old channel, like walkthroughs, and I ended up really enjoying that, like learning like in depth like all the strategies for the game and explaining them and teaching. So I ended up really enjoying that, and so it's changed it a little bit for me, but I used to be exactly the same way. It's like, I don't care about, like, strategy as long as I can figure it out. As long as I can win, I'm good. Dang it, I missed on both of those.
Yeah, those guys hit a bit harder, with a bit different timing. Yeah, I mean, like, it's maybe a bit of an overstatement to say I don't care at all. Like, I do, I mean, strategy RPGs are like Final Fantasy Tactics
totally.
are like some of my favorites. So I mean, I love strategy, but it's just, you know, the knowing where every nook and cranny is.
Yeah, the totally optimal way of playing, like figuring out like the absolute like
where all the secrets are. I mean, especially at this point in my life, I just don't have the time for that.
It does take a huge time investment.
I look at a guide. I did a playthrough of FF9 like last year, and some of those like weapons to get Zidane's like ultimate weapon is in the most ludicrous spot.
So annoying. Totally, I'm with you on that.
Okay, you may not want to just keep fighting them here because Lakitu will just keep dropping them. They don't stop, so you won't be able to clear the whole area. And
hopefully I'll level up here in a minute.
Yeah, you'll either need to or you'll have to go
I think
back
I have
to
an
his
item.
house. You can always go just out of the world and go back to his house.
I could
I would probably mushroom it up. Oh, that's magic.
Oh, is it?
Oh boy.
No! I blocked it and I still got game over. Hey, we're talking about how easy this game is, and I freaking died in this game.
It's chill. You know what you can do? If you wanted to just bypass,
shoot.
So you don't have to do it all over again, is just run by all the enemies, and you could still fight the boss of the area.
Oh, man.
Maybe get one level up.
Yeah, I'll still get one level up.
But yeah, I was like just about to say use a mushroom. Oh well.
I forgot that the honey syrups, I thought they were like a stronger HP recovery item than the mushrooms. I thought it would like, mushrooms would do, you know, like half or something, and then the HP or the syrup would do like full. That's what I was under the impression of. But that's alright. Now I know.
What does Sodawan says? Mike, my girlfriend does that all the time. Last few games she wouldn't let me play. Without her watching for the story, basically meant I never played those games.
Yep. It's freaking dumb, man. It sucks. That's why I don't, like most new games that come out, like I will not play them with her. For that exact reason, because she'll like want me to not play and wait for her, but it's like you never freaking... Oh wait, I am level 2. What? I kept my level up even when I died?
You might have leveled up.
Or I swear that's true, because I was at 20 HP. Now I'm at 25 HP. I think I kept my level somehow. Wait, how's that possible?
Yeah, I think
that's strange.
You must have. I'm trying to remember.
Anybody know?
You fought a couple guys.
Anybody know if you keep your levels even when you die, or somehow, or if it like levels you up in order to make the game easier? I totally did not mean to do this.
I really don't think so. I can look it up. I think you must have just got a level in there, and we don't remember already. That's how bad my memory is for games.
I don't think we did, because I hadn't fought anybody yet at that point. Like, You basically just wait. I mean, except for Bowser, but I didn't level up then.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Netro says you do, so you keep your level ups even when you die. That's crazy. How does it do that? Because it's.
I had no
It took
idea.
me back to a previous save, but it kept the level. Oh gosh, dang it! I was looking at the Discord when I just kept pressing A to get through it, and then he asked me
Oh
another
man,
question.
I've done that on this myself.
Oh
Or
yeah,
like
dude.
like the
my
classic
attack's
where
up
you
too.
just keep going in and out of the same like doorways in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Yep, all the time.
Oh, that's so that triggers me, man. Especially because like in that game you could go through the doorway and then be holding down, and then that puts you back through the doorway again.
Oh my goodness. Can't believe I freaking did this. I did it right. Don't tell me when. Got it.
You collect. Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You collect. You do. Netro's saying you collect 0 experience in Bowser's Castle, which is true. You don't actually level up there.
Yep.
So you were fighting all those guys just for kicks, but yeah, you didn't level up from that. So you do keep your level ups when you die. I did not
There
know
you go.
that. I didn't know that.
Games as casual as it gets, but
The original casual RPG. Well, in that case, I wouldn't even fight any of these enemies. Just blaze through it and go right to the boss. You might be able to get that chest again, though. Gotta get the chest.
Totally. Getting up to level 3 wouldn't be too bad either. Why
Oh
not?
yeah, you'll smoke the boss then.
Okay. Get this, please.
He says, Netro's saying it takes you back to your safe spot, but you keep your experience. I think it also may be lending to the benefit. He's basically saying that's an advantage to the cartridge.
Oh, because the cartridge can keep it in the RAM. Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy.
Well, and another thing we're seeing is same exact thing that makes Chrono Trigger so snappy is just the speed with which battles and everything happen.
Mm-hmm.
There is no loading.
Right. I love that about Chrono Trigger. I love that you don't go into a separate battle screen.
Yeah, it's and even this game with a separate battle screen, it's almost done. It's done for the novelty of like, hey, it's a Mario game with a battle screen. Like but it's super fast. It doesn't take time that long to load it. Whereas as soon as you got to the and I love the PlayStation games, but if you go back and play those, I was playing Final Fantasy IX like I said last year, and it's pretty striking how long that takes to actually do a battle in that game.
Mm-hmm. It takes forever to get to load the screen.
Just whoa. Took me
And the battles in general are very slow in that game too. It's not until like late in the game when you get a lot of the haste, like auto haste, that it becomes like tolerable.
Because I remember we were talking several months ago on Discord and sort of using haste and using all those things as kind of like, I don't know, a way of cheesing the game, and I'm thinking, man, I just use it so I could get done battles faster.
I know, just to speed up the battles. Even on like the fastest battle speed, when you manually turn that up, it's just still so slow.
It's not fast enough. And I love 9. That's probably my favorite one. But
oh, it's the best Final Fantasy for sure.
But like you take that against like FF6 or 7 and how fast those even with the loading, 7 is so fast compared to 9.
Mm-hmm. Much faster.
Soda1 says loading FF9 battle screen equals make coffee and finish all Dragon Quest games before battle starts. Yeah.
Yep, basically. Whoops. Messed that one up. Nah. No. F.
What's up?
Stop. Ah, jeez. I kept missing the jumps.
Reading disc. Oh, on the flower.
Yeah.
Reading the Discord. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. They wanted to
Yeah.
have the sweet camera, the camera angles, and whatever the movement, and make it look dynamic, and it definitely slowed the game down.
Hmm. It's cool, like the first couple times, kind of like summons too, right? It's like, oh, it's cool to see, like the build up to the battle a few times, and then it's like, okay, I don't need to see this anymore. I just want to get in there and fight.
Yeah, it's like, okay, in 8 or something, it's like, okay, I don't actually need to use Eden again ever.
Yep. Yep. Oh shoot, I forgot. No, what was up here? I love how they'll kind of randomly just heal you to max.
Oh yeah,
Kill enemies
and
too.
you'll get you'll get lucky, or you'll get freebie when you go to use an item. It'll say freebie. I got a lot of freebies on my like recent playthrough. I couldn't even believe it. I'm just thinking, is the game ever gonna make me actually
Work for anything.
use the item?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, you'll smoke the boss. Now you're doing 19 to the turtles. Koopas. Sorry.
Oh, there's 3 times speed on Final Fantasy IX on Steam. That's nice.
Yeah, that definitely. I was looking at that before, and that would make it so much better. But it's almost like I was watching it. I was watching a playthrough, or a bit of a playthrough of like a battle on YouTube, and it was like it was almost a little too fast, which I know is a gripe and kind of being a little bit picky. But it seemed like if you weren't careful, it makes the game
make it harder actually.
yeah, like you have to kind of be jamming. It's for grinding for sure.
Yeah. Chrono Trigger actually surprised me a little bit with that. If you turn the battle speed all the way up in Chrono Trigger against like the first Magus fight, it actually makes it kind of tough if like you don't have like a really solid understanding, or like used to it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about exactly. I remember getting like, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago losing that fight because I hadn't played it in a little while.
In a long time.
It's going fast. I usually try to play through that game every year.
Yep, me too. Me too, for sure.
But I played my most recent one is because I actually picked that game up last year for Super Nintendo, so I actually have the cartridge. Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG.
Oh, I can move. There we go.
So basically, yep, what you're doing.
Nice. Nice.
This when you're just level 1, like I tried that, it's a little bit harder because you don't block a lot of damage and you don't have a lot of health.
Right.
Especially when he does this, the Valor up, but you're just gonna slaughter him.
Oh, I didn't get it that time. Oh, no, wait. His Valor raised his defense. That's what it did. Oh, I can't do it.
So you can either, I probably just attack. You could use a honey syrup to.
I think one more hit should be.
But you're gonna kill him right away.
There we go.
There we go. First boss.
Soda Juan, I love that Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age has that 4 times speed option.
That
That's
out of any of
godsend.
those games, that struck me as the most brilliant one to have that
Yep.
in.
Like, it needs it. For sure.
I was telling my friend or my cousin because he picked up the game and I haven't picked that up, but I remember playing on PS2 and just I told him, oh, by the way, make sure you use that 4 times speed because when you're running around, that takes forever.
Oh, sure. It's so long. I need to get back to beating the Zodiac Age. I'm almost done writing my review of the original, and I've included some notes about the different versions or whatever. But as soon as I'm finished, then I'm going to... there we go. Then I'm going to go through the whole game on Zodiac Age, let people read over the review in its current state, make sure that I'm not giving any false information like last time on tactics. I totally missed something. And then try to get it up in August. So, what's it?
Okay. Yeah, like because you were saying on that recent sort of update video, you were taking some crap in the comments from people who thought it was like based on, it was a review for the new version.
Yeah, or that they were confused and thought it was really dumb that I would even consider reviewing the 12-year-old game versus just reviewing the new one. But these people were obviously totally ignorant as to what we do on the channel, so.
And like just a weird timing because you were already doing this and working on this, and it was going to be the next one you were going to do, and it just they're doing an HD remaster of it.
Exactly.
I love that.
Going crazy, dude.
Everybody, this game is a total power fantasy. Everybody idolizes you as Mario.
Yep, totally.
Or like,
yeah, the Zodiac Age. That's what I've heard. Juan, that the game balance has really been nerfed, which is disappointing for sure.
That is disappointing, actually.
Considering the fact that they added the ability to use more than one class per character, like that just had a lot of promise to be really cool if they had adjusted the strategy or adjusted the balance to be a little bit more difficult. But they didn't. They went the other way, so kind of removes, in my mind at least, the what was appealing about the fact that they had more options for what's happening. Had more options for like how you can set up your party and stuff. I don't need to do this. Wait, there's a save point.
Yeah, that's I never did actually complete that game back in the day, but I played pretty decent amount into it, and if they made it a super easy game, I don't know how fun that would even be for me.
I know, seriously. I mean, it wasn't like the hardest game ever, but there were some challenging boss fights in it for sure.
Well, and it's just like, if you set things up and whatnot, the game can kind of, like, I could see that having with it being too easy, you could probably get away with having the game basically play itself.
Mm-hmm.
And
with the gambits and stuff.
Yeah, like, that's not that fun sounding to me, but maybe it's, maybe I just gotta give it a whirl. No, not enough time. I still am like 10 hours only into Persona 5.
Oh, jeez. That game's long, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta do something sweet here. You gotta jump onto his cupboard. Or onto whatever, after you buy your stuff.
Accessories. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can pick up There you go.
So we can get the shirt and pants.
Okay.
Oh, wait, how many slots does he have? Does he have one for body?
No, one of those is for Mallow, and the other one. Okay, it even says Armor Mario, and then
I see that. This is
it's gonna be armor for Mallow.
This one will use jump attacks against any foe.
That's not bad. You can do like I don't know how useful it is now that you have the hammer, but you could use like, say your special, your jump special, and and on a spiky guy.
Oh, against any foe. I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Prevents poison damage. It's always good. How much money do I have anyways? I have 40.
40.
Let's get the armor for Mario.
The armor is definitely the one you want to for sure get, and then whatever else.
I don't know how big of an issue poison is in this game. I don't remember it being a big deal.
It's not a huge deal. You can get poisoned in the sewers where you're gonna go next, but I didn't really, I don't remember what I did on my recent playthrough, but I don't even think I think I might have got the jump shoes just to have it and call it whatever, Okay, so I actually saw a couple items that you can, if in your items you can use right now.
Oh.
The flower jar and the flower tab. I mean, they
they increase.
They will fill up your will fill up your MP when it's like empty all the way to full. So you could save it tactically, but what it will do right now is if you use it, it'll permanently increase it by 3 right now.
Oh, so it increases the maximum. I see.
And you can't. So and if it's empty, it also fills it up. But like, I find early on you can run out quick, and then you can't use it in battle. Okay, you got to jump up there. Oh, right on the end. There you go. Or in the middle, and then now he gets pissed off at you.
Nice.
Now I order you to jump.
Ooh. Is that what I just got again? Another flower?
No, that's an actual like just refill of your MP.
Oh, I see.
And you'll find those everywhere. Copious amounts of those just gifted to the player.
Nice. That's awesome. Save it again.
So now you can go to the castle. I think you pretty much talked to everyone.
Everybody.
You gotta do that. It's an RPG, man. You gotta go talk.
Yeah, you gotta talk to everybody for sure.
Especially when they all say funny stuff.
Nice.
Sir Mario, I love that too. They all refer to you as Sir Mario.
Yep. It's like he's a knight.
Yeah. He's a total celebrity.
Totally. Yep. So awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's just totally weird, but so good.
The sound effects, too.
And just like, it's so well animated. Like, it's.
Yeah. It's great.
That's a thing where if you don't have the top-notch, if you don't execute something like that well, like this would be horrible.
Yeah, it'd be real boring otherwise.
Like they just, that's another thing I would say about this game is just like, I don't know, near flawless execution of things. You know, there is grievances I have at a couple points in the game, but they're very minor.
Yeah.
They had an idea of what they wanted and they did it.
Totally.
Let's see if anybody's.
The vaults. Over here. Toadstools, man.
I like how that they're not like, Mario, what are you doing in here?
Yeah. It's kind of how it is in most JRPGs, actually. Nobody cares. You just bust in their house.
Just bust into their bedroom and just start snooping around.
Nice. Can I get all of them? Okay.
Yes. It's another sort of teaching
you what they do, yeah.
but it'll ramp up pretty quick where you'll actually get your first party member, and then you'll be done the tutorial sort of area. I haven't played too many of or really any of the Mario and Luigi. Is that Mario?
Oh man, Partners in Time, which is the first one. I freaking love that game. I love it. The thing I love about that game, or those games I should say, is that they give Mario and Luigi this really funny, like, fake Italian. So they'll, like, talk like,
Oh yeah.
it's, like,
I have
really
played
funny.
that. Okay, I played that one.
I love that touch in those games. I think they're really funny.
I've played, and I own Bowser's Inside Story.
That one's supposed to be very good too. I haven't played that one, but
I haven't played it too much, but this guy's wicked. He's a toadstool that's not a toadstool, a frog that's not a frog.
He thinks he's a frog.
It's actually kind of interesting how this game had a couple original characters that never saw the light of day in anything else.
I know, it's too bad.
Except
now that Square and Nintendo have a better relationship, I really want them to do a Super Mario RPG 2 and bring the original characters back.
That'd be amazing. If they did that, my life would be complete. Like to actually just do a sequel, but do a really faithful one that's sort of the same style.
That would be so great.
Gino gets what game was that? I think it was a Smash Bros game. You can get like Geno's.
There's like a costume for the Mii characters. You can wear Geno's stuff.
So I thought that was interesting when I saw that. I was like, oh, no kidding. That's a little...
Because so many people voted for him to be a character in the game, but like they didn't include him, so...
I wonder if at some point he'll...
Had to do Bayonetta instead, whatever.
Yeah, well, Bayonetta, I'm sure, sells more than Geno, but maybe not. There's enough, like, you know... like hardcore fans of this game that maybe it would sell great at Geno. That would be awesome. I would love that. Oh, Walrus, open the door. It's a me, Mario. Yeah. Oh, you're referring to yeah, that would be actually kind of creepy the way I'm reading that. Open the door to the princess's room and it's a me, Mario.
Alright, save it real quick.
So how does that work so that I get the sound? It's sort of random? It doesn't...
The screen sharing option in Skype should be sharing desktop sounds with you, but it appears that's not happening. It's been buggy.
Is it something I have to do? Maybe?
I don't know. At least for Walrus, sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. I don't think he had to do anything on his end.
Okay.
It started working during the Jakob Bean streams. Like it was like a new feature added to Skype during that time. And it worked pretty consistently for him, but it did not work consistently at all for Walrus, so... I love this freaking music. My favorite song in the game, probably.
Yeah, oh, totally. I get that music for years after I played this game on a rental. I would get that music stuck in my head. To the present. So, like, 20 years. Totally. That's actually kind of a crazy thing to think about.
It's been a lot of years, man. It's freaking... It's actually, like, disturbing how...
Yeah, it makes me feel old.
Beast again, Mario, man.
Yeah.
Oops, too late.
Now, Mallow is not so strong, but his, like, electric attack, or, like, lightning or whatever, that hits all the enemies. So when you get a big, you know, wave of enemies or whatever, a big mob, you can kill them all probably with one attack. So he can be useful that way.
way too early.
At some point, it all just goes to muscle memory, and you almost just don't miss them at all.
Yep. All right. So, it's probably a good place to save it for now. It's been just under an hour since we started, so. Is the same time gonna be kind of a regular for you, about 9:30 p.m.?
Yeah, like, does that work for you?
No, it totally does. That's actually better for me. I'm way better at evenings and nights than I am in mornings. Not because I'm not available, because I'm not a morning person, so I really struggle in the morning to like have energy and stuff.
Yeah. No,
so
we can.
Yeah, we'll just plan like weekdays basically to be at 9:30 moving forward.
Yeah, and like, well, I don't know what it looks like for you on the weekend, but that one I can be more flexible. I don't.
To be honest, we might just want to, because Sunday I'll take off, but Saturday, at least this Saturday, 9:30 would probably be better for me too. So.
Yeah, right. That's fine. I'll let you know. I know I have something to do with in-laws, I think.
Okay.
On Saturday, but it might be just during the day. I hope it is. And then yeah, like 9:30. That's a good time, because for me it's the kids are in bed and stuff. So then I don't have, I can actually do it.
We'll plan on that then. We'll just plan on 9:30 unless something changes for some reason, but we'll just kind of stick to that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, dude. Awesome. I will see you again tomorrow at 9:30.
All right, take care.
Peace out.